Lagos never sleeps. The loud honking of cars mixes with the shouts of street hawkers selling their wares. The smell of frying oil from roadside food joints hangs in the air, blending with thick dust and smoke. In the city center, tall skyscrapers stand proud like symbols of big money and success. But just a short walk away, you'll find cramped slums where life moves to its own tough beat. For Adebayo Ogunleye, the big boss of Ogunleye Logistics, one of the top transport companies in West Africa, Lagos is his whole world. This city lifted him from a small boy selling newspapers in Agege to a man running a business empire worth billions of naira. But today, in the hot, sticky air of a March afternoon, Adebayo has no idea that his world is about to turn upside down. He's sitting in a corner of Mama Cass, a popular eatery in Victoria Island where all kinds of people, rich, poor, everybody, come to enjoy jollof rice, egusi soup, and proper Naija meals. Adebayo isn't here for the food, though the sweet smell of pounded yam and veggie stew is making his stomach rumble. No, he's here for a big meeting. Across the table, his best friend of 20 years, Chukwudi, is busy scrolling through his phone, his sharp eyes glued to the screen. The two of them are about to sign a massive deal with a transport company from Ghana. A deal that could take Ogunleye Logistics all over Africa. Chukwudi, can you drop that phone for once? Adebayo says, his deep voice carrying a playful tease. He adjusts his dark green agbada, a fine Yoruba outfit he's wearing to impress the Ghana people coming soon. Today is our big day, man. Chukwudi looks up and flashes that wide grin Adebayo knows from their days running barefoot on the dusty streets of Oshodi. Relax, Bayo. Everything is set. This deal is ours. I'm just checking if the Accra team has sent the papers. Adebayo nods, feeling a bit calmer. Chukwudi isn't just his friend, he's his right-hand man at the company. Together, they've built Ogunleye Logistics from one rickety truck to a fleet of hundreds, moving goods from Lagos to Kano, Port Harcourt to Niamey. Without Chukwudi, Adebayo knows he wouldn't be where he is today. Just then, a young girl walks up to their table, carrying a tray with 2 cold bottles of Golder. She's wearing the Mama Cass uniform, a simple white shirt and green apron, but something about her catches Adebayo's eye. Maybe it's her big, bright eyes that shine with smartness, even though her face looks tired, or the way she moves smoothly through the noisy crowd without spilling a drop. Her name tag says Ngozi. Brothers, here's your drink, she says softly but clearly, placing the bottles in front of Adebayo and Chukwudi. You need anything else? Adebayo smiles, polite, not too friendly. No thanks, sis. This is fine. Ngozi nods and walks off to keep working. She has no clue that the man she just served is one of the biggest businessmen in Lagos, and she doesn't care to find out. For Ngozi Okonkwo, a poor student at the University of Lagos, UNILAG, her part-time job at Mama Cass is just a way to make small money for school fees and to look after her old mum at home. Her life is all about long shifts, lectures, and short naps on a creaky bed in their tiny house in Yaba. Adebayo turns back to Chukwudi. The Ghana people will be here in 30 minutes. You sure all the papers are ready? Sure, like your Yoruba. Chukwudi laughs, slapping the table. I've checked everything. This deal will bring us 500 million naira in the first year, plus chances to spread to Togo and Benin. Just sign when they come, Bayo. Adebayo nods, excitement bubbling inside him. He stands up, adjusts his agbada. Let me use the toilet quick. Call me when they arrive. No walla. Chukwudi says, his eyes back on his phone. Adebayo weaves through the chattering crowd at Mama Cass. He doesn't notice Ngozi's quick glance as he passes, not out of curiosity, just her habit of watching people as a server. But as he disappears into the restroom, something shifts at their table. Ngozi comes back to clear a nearby table, holding a rag and an empty tray. She's close enough to hear Chukwudi on a phone call, his voice low but sharp, like he doesn't think anyone will notice in the noise. Yeah, you got it. Adebayo doesn't suspect a thing. Chukwudi whispers, covering his mouth to muffle the sound. Once this deal is signed, I'll crash everything. Get your money and trucks ready. I'll slash prices, make Ogunleye Logistics lose all its big customers. Then I'll step in to save the company, and Adebayo will be left with nothing. Ngozi freezes, her hands shaking so hard the tray almost drops. She can't believe her ears. This guy, the best friend of the man in the Agbada, is planning to destroy his own company? She doesn't know Adebayo, but Chukwudi's tone sends chills down her spine. This isn't a joke or a mistake. It's cold, calculated betrayal. She hurries to the kitchen, her heart pounding like a drum. I shouldn't get involved, she tells herself. I'm just a student, a worker. This isn't my business. But her conscience won't let her rest. If she keeps quiet, that man, Adebayo, will lose everything without a clue. She remembers how her own dad was cheated in a small business deal, leaving her family to suffer for years. She doesn't want that to happen to anyone else. When Adebayo comes back from the restroom, Chukwudi has hung up, smiling like nothing happened. The Ghana people are almost here, he says. You ready? Adebayo nods, but his eyes catch Ngozi standing nearby, holding her tray with a strange look of hesitation. I need to run to the office quick, he tells Chukwudi. Something urgent came up. Stay here and sign the deal with them. I trust you. No problem, Chukwudi says, patting his shoulder. I'll handle it. Adebayo leaves the eatery, not knowing his choice, just opened the door for Chukwudi's plan. But as he heads out, Ngozi bites her lip, gathers all her courage, and steps toward him at the entrance. Brothers, excuse me, she calls, her voice trembling. Adebayo turns, surprised. I have something to tell you. Your friend, he's not straight. I heard him on the phone. He wants to scatter you, ruin your business. Adebayo frowns, staring at the young girl. What are you saying? Chukwudi? No way. We've been tight since we were kids. You sure you heard right? I'm sure, Ngozi says, her voice steady now despite her racing heart. He said after the deal is signed, he'll crash the market and make your company lose all its big clients. Adebayo shakes his head, a faint smile on his lips. Thanks for worrying, sis, but I think you got it wrong. Chukwudi wouldn't do that to me. He nods goodbye and heads to his car, leaving Ngozi standing there, helpless and frustrated. As he drives off, she walks back into the eatery, kicking herself for poking her nose where it doesn't belong. But she doesn't know that her words, even if he didn't believe them yet, planted a tiny seed of doubt in Adebayo's mind. And that seed will soon grow when the real storm hits. The next morning, early sunlight cuts through thick clouds over Lagos, shining down on the headquarters of Ogunleye Logistics in Lekki. Adebayo sits at his big desk, holding a cup of bitter tea like the one his mom used to make back in Agege when he was small. Today he feels uneasy, like something's off. The meeting at Mama Cass yesterday with the Ghana people should have ended with the deal signed, but Chukwudi hasn't called to update him. His phone is too quiet, and in his head, the warning from that waitress, Ngozi, keeps playing like a distant drumbeat. He shakes his head, telling himself he's worrying too much. Chukwudi is his brother, the guy who stood by him through the roughest days, from borrowing cash for their first truck to surviving a strike in Kano that almost sank the company. No way Chukwudi would stab him in the back. But when the clock hits 8 a.m. and his phone finally rings, everything Adebayo believes starts to shake. Adebayo, you need to come to the office now. Chukwudi's voice blasts through the speaker, sounding rushed and tight. There's a big problem with the Ghana deal. Adebayo jumps up, his heart pounding. Problem? I thought you sorted it last night. Just come, Chukwudi says, then hangs up without explaining. In 20 minutes, Adebayo is in the main meeting room at Ogunleye Logistics. The air feels heavy, like a storm is brewing. Chukwudi sits at the head of the table, with Tolu, the finance guy, and Funk, the fleet manager, beside him, both looking serious. On the table, there's a stack of papers and a projector screen showing a red graph that screams bad news. What's happening? Adebayo asks, his voice low but strong as he steps in. Chukwudi sighs, stands up, and points at the screen. The Ghana people pulled out at the last minute. They're not signing. Adebayo's frown deepens, like the ground just shifted under him. Pulled out? Why? We agreed on everything. Tolu adjusts his glasses, his voice shaky. This morning, another transport company, Goldenhall, came out of nowhere with a price 30% lower than ours. They didn't just take the Ghana deal. They're calling our big clients like Nestle and Dangote, slashing prices to mess up the market. If this goes on, we could lose half our money in 3 months. Adebayo clenches his fists, his nails digging into his palms. Goldenhall? Who are they? We've never even crossed them before. Funk speaks up, her voice full of worry. That's the thing, Oga. Goldenhall just popped up recently, but they've got modern trucks and big cash. Somebody's backing them, and they know exactly where to hit us. Adebayo turns to Chukwudi, his eyes sharp. You were there last night. What happened with the Ghana people? Chukwudi shrugs, cool as ice. I don't know, Bayo. They called me this morning, said they found a better offer. I tried to talk them back, but they wouldn't listen. Adebayo stares into Chukwudi's eyes, searching for something. A flicker, a twitch, but there's nothing. Just that familiar smile and confidence he's always trusted. Then Ngozi's words echo again. He's going to ruin you. Scatter your business. He shakes it off, refusing to believe it. No, not possible. Okay, Adebayo says, his voice firm. We need to move fast. Tolu, check all our current deals. Make sure no other clients jump ship. Funk, push the trucks on our main routes. Cut prices if you have to. Just keep them with us. Chukwudi, use your Ghana contacts. Find out where Golden Hall is getting their money. The team nods and scatters to work, but as Chukwudi walks past, Adebayo feels a chill down his spine. Something's wrong, but he can't pin it down yet. Over the next 3 days, things get worse than Adebayo expects. Golden Hall doesn't just snatch the Ghana deal. They grab 2 more big clients, an oil company in Port Harcourt and a food distributor in Abuja. The company's stock price starts crashing, and investors are blowing up his phone, demanding answers. Adebayo works nonstop, meetings with his team, calls to every contact he has, from Ministry of Transport bigwigs to old pals in Oshodi. But it feels like he's too late. On the 3rd night, alone in his office, the neon lights from Lekki streets glowing on his tired face, Adebayo faces the hard truth. He's been betrayed. Nobody knows Ogunleye Logistics' weak spots better than Chukwudi, the running costs, the key clients. Golden Hall couldn't move this fast and hit this hard without inside info. Ngozi's warning isn't just talk anymore, it's real. But realizing it now is too late. The company's on the edge of collapse, and Adebayo has no choice but to find a way to save it, no matter the cost. The harsh white lights of the hospital shine down on Adebayo Ogunleye's tired face as he sits by Ngozi Okonkwo's bed. The steady beep of a heart monitor fills the small room at Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, where Ngozi was rushed after the attack in Yaba. She lies there, bandages wrapped around her knee and a big bruise on her arm, but her bright eyes still shine with strength. Adebayo hasn't left her side since the police took Chukwudi and his gang away. His own arm still bleeds from the knife cut, but he waved off the nurses to stay with her. You don't need to stay, hero, Ngozi says, her voice weak but trying to smile. I'm fine now. Go rest. Adebayo shakes his head, his eyes full of regret. No, Ngozi. If I'd listened to you from the start, this wouldn't have happened. I owe you my life. Ngozi looks at him, saying nothing more. She's not used to people caring this much. A poor girl from Yaba where everyone's just trying to survive. But Adebayo's realness warms her, even though her body aches. The door swings open, and Ngozi's mom, Mama Ifeoma, rushes in, her eyes red from crying. She hugs Ngozi tight, tears rolling down her cheeks. Ngozi, you scare me to death. Who did this to you? Ngozi holds her mom's hand, calming her. Mummy, don't worry. I'm okay. Brothers Adebayo saved me. Mama Ifeoma turns to Adebayo, bowing her head. Thank you, my son. God go bless you for protecting my Pekin. Adebayo nods, but his mind is elsewhere. Chukwudi's last words before the handcuffs clicked. This is just the beginning. Keep ringing in his head like a warning bell. He stands, patting Mama Ifeoma's shoulder. Auntie, stay with Ngozi. I need to handle some things. I'll come back. As he steps out of the hospital, the night air of Lagos hits him, smoky, noisy, and sticky with heat. He calls Segan, his police friend who showed up just in time at the alley. Segan, how's Chukwudi? Adebayo asks, his voice sharp. Segan sighs over the phone. He's locked up in Kirikiri now. His boys too. But Bayo, something's off. When I questioned him, he just laughed, said I'm wasting time. He claims he's not the main man behind this. Adebayo's fist tightens, nails digging in. Not him. What do you mean? I'm not sure, Segan says. But he mentioned a big Oga in Lagos, someone with enough cash and power to pull strings. I'm digging more, but watch your back. Chukwudi might just be a pawn. Adebayo hangs up, his head spinning. A big Oga in Lagos? Who could be behind Chukwudi, and why target him? He thinks of Golden Hall, the mystery company wrecking his deals, then Chief Balogun, the man who just saved his company with a catch. Is there a link? The next morning, Adebayo heads to Ogunleye Logistics in Lekki, where his team is hustling to fix the damage from Golden Hall. Tolu and Funk report that Chief Balogun's money has brought back some big clients like Dangote and an oil firm in Port Harcourt. But Adebayo can't enjoy it. He calls Tolu into his office, shutting the door. Tolu, you dig more on Golden Hall? He asks, his voice low. Tolu nods, dropping a file on the desk. Yes, Oga. I got a friend in a bank to trace their transactions. Golden Hall is funded by a shell company called Balogun Holdings. Here's the funny part. Balogun Holdings connects to Balogun Enterprises, Chief Balogun's outfit. Adebayo feels like someone punched his chest. Chief Balogun? You sure? Very sure, Tolu says. But no hard proof yet that Chief Balogun ordered Golden Hall to hit us. Could be a coincidence, or someone in his camp acting solo. Adebayo leans back, rubbing his chin. Coincidence? He doesn't buy that. Not in Lagos, where everything has a price and everybody's playing power games. If Chief Balogun is behind Golden Hall, then saving him with 2 billion naira is just part of a bigger setup. But for what? Thanks, Tolu, Adebayo says. Don't tell anyone about this, even Chukwudi when he was here. I need time to figure it out. As Tolu leaves, Adebayo calls Segan again. Segan, check if Chukwudi had any dealings with Chief Balogun or his people at Balogun Enterprises. I'm smelling something bigger. Segan agrees, and Adebayo sits back, staring out the window. Lagos stretches out before him. Skyscrapers, slums, and secrets hiding in the dark. He knows he's up against more than just Chukwudi, but he needs proof. That afternoon, Adebayo visits Ngozi at the hospital. She's doing better, though she'll stay a few more days for checks. He walks in as she's propped up on pillows, reading an old economics book borrowed from the school library. You again? Ngozi smiles, putting the book down. You no day tire? Adebayo sits by her bed, sighing. I can't rest when things are still messy. Ngozi, you remember anything else Chukwudi said in that alley? Ngozi frowns, thinking hard. He said, everything's just starting. That you won't win because someone else is behind it. I didn't hear much, but he sounded so sure, like he wasn't scared of getting caught. Adebayo nods. It matches what Segan told him. Thanks, sis. I'll get to the bottom of this. They chat a bit more, and Adebayo feels at ease with her. She's not like Adesawa, the proud girl he's supposed to marry, with her fancy demands. Ngozi's simple, sharp, and strong in a quiet way he respects. But he pushes those thoughts aside. He's promised Chief Balogun, and he can't back out now. As he leaves, his phone rings. It's Segan. Bayo, I've got news, Segan says, sounding tense. Chukwudi met Femi Adeyemi, Chief Balogun's close aide, 3 times last month. There's money transfers from Femi to Chukwudi, 50 million naira total. I think Chief Balogun's in this deep. Adebayo freezes in the hospital parking lot, his mind racing. Chief Balogun, the man he's seen as a father, who just saved his company, is the mastermind? But why? If he wanted to ruin him, why help him? Then it clicks, cold and clear. Maybe Chief Balogun doesn't just want money or power. He wants total control over Adebayo's business and his life through this marriage. Segan, keep this quiet, Adebayo says. I'll face Chief Balogun, but I need more evidence. Thanks, bro. That night, Adebayo drives to Banana Island, to Chief Balogun's flashy mansion. He doesn't call ahead, but he knows the old man will see him. After all, he's almost family. Stepping into the grand living room with its marble floors and pricey wooden statues, he finds Chief Balogun on his armchair, sipping palm wine, smiling like a friend. Adebayo, you came to see me? Chief Balogun says, warm but sly. Good timing. I was just planning the wedding with Adesawa. She's excited. Adebayo nods, but his eyes are ice. Chief, I'm here to thank you for saving my company. But I've got a question. Who's Golden Hall? And how do they know everything about Ogunleye Logistics? Chief Balogun frowns, but his smile stays. Golden Hall. Small fry. You're worrying too much. Adebayo steps closer, his voice low and sharp. I don't think it's chance, Chief. I know about Femi Adeyemi and the 50 million naira you paid Chukwudi. What do you want from me? The room grows heavy. Chief Balogun sets his drink down, his eyes cutting like a blade. You're smarter than I thought, Adebayo. But you forget one thing. In this Lagos, I make the rules. You want the truth? Fine, here's a piece. I want Ogunleye Logistics, and I want you under my thumb. Cross me, and you'll lose everything, not just your company, but your life." Adebayo clenches his fists but stays silent. He knows he stepped into a dangerous game, and he needs more to fight back. Lagos wakes up to a rare calm morning, with early sunlight sneaking through the tall buildings and the usual car, horns still quiet. But inside Adebayo Ogunleye, there's no peace. After facing Chief Balogun last night, he knows he's up against a bigger enemy than any business rival he's ever met. Chief Balogun isn't just a rich man with power. He's a shark in Lagos' muddy waters, ready to swallow anyone in his way. And Adebayo, even if he hates to admit it, is now the fish he's hunting. He sits in his office at Ogunleye Logistics in Lekki, sipping a bitter cup of coffee his new assistant brewed, staring out at the city coming alive. Chief Balogun's words still burn in his ears. "I want Ogunleye Logistics, and I want you in my hand." What does that even mean? If the old man set up Golden Hall to wreck him, then saved him with 2 billion naira, it's not just about cash. He wants to own Adebayo completely, his company and his life, through Adesawa, his daughter. That marriage isn't a price, it's a trap. Adebayo drops the cup and grabs his phone to call Segan. "Segan, I need you to dig deeper on Chief Balogun and Balogun Enterprises. Check every deal, every link between him and Chukwudi. I need something solid to turn this game around." Segan sighs over the line. "Bayo, you know tackling Chief Balogun is like poking a lion, right? He's got people everywhere, police, government, even Mushin gangs. But I'll try. I owe you for Ngozi." "Thanks, bro," Adebayo says, his voice steady but strong. "I've got no way back now." He hangs up and turns to the papers on his desk, financial reports Tolu prepped. Even with Chief Balogun's money keeping the company afloat, Adebayo knows the old man can pull it out anytime if he doesn't play along. He needs a plan, not just to save Ogunleye Logistics, but to break free from this marriage trap without losing everything. Meanwhile, at Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Ngozi Okonkwo steps out after 3 days inside. She limps with a stick to support her injured knee, her Mama Ifeoma, walking beside her, carrying a bag of their things. Her body still aches, but Ngozi feels lighter being out. Still, a new worry grows in her chest. Chukwudi attacked her to shut her up, and if Adebayo's right, the real Oga behind him is still out there. "Mummy, I want to go back to work at Mama Cass," Ngozi says as they hop on a bus to Yaba. Mama Ifeoma spins to her, eyes wide. "Ngozi, you day joke? After all this walla, you still want to go back there?" "I need the money, Mummy," Ngozi replies, her voice small but firm. "Next semester fees day wait, and your medicine too. I can't stop now." Mama Ifeoma sighs, resting a hand on her shoulder. "You no need to stress for me. Adebayo don't help us already. He left some cash when you day hospital, enough for my drugs for a while." Ngozi blinks, gripping her stick tighter. "He did that? Why you no tell me?" "Because I know you go vex." Mama Ifeoma smiles sadly. "My daughter too stubborn. But he's a good man, Ngozi. You suppose thank him." Ngozi nods, her feelings all mixed up. She's grateful Adebayo saved her, but she hates feeling like a burden to him, a man with enough on his plate. She pulls his business card from her bag, staring at the number printed bold. Maybe she should call to say thanks and ask if he's found the big man behind Chukwudi. Back at their small Yaba house, Ngozi sits on the creaky wooden chair in the parlor, dialing Adebayo. It rings 3 times before he picks up. "Ngozi." Adebayo's voice comes through, warm but surprised. "You good?" "I'm fine, bros," she says, keeping her tone steady. "I just reached house. I want to thank you for saving me and the money you left for my mom." Adebayo chuckles softly. "No walla, Ngozi. I just want to make sure you and your mom day okay. Rest well, no worry about anything." "But what about you?" Ngozi asks, worry creeping in. Chukwudi talks say everything just day start. You don't find who day behind him. Adebayo goes quiet for a bit, then sighs. "I'm checking. It might be Chief Balogun, the man way help my company. But I no get enough proof yet. Relax, I go handle him." Ngozi nods, even though he can't see. "Be careful, oh. I no want you enter trouble because of me." "I'll be fine," Adebayo says. "Thanks for caring." When they hang up, Ngozi stares out the window at the sun hitting Yaba's rundown roofs. She knows she can't just sit back. She has to help Adebayo somehow. But with her knee like this, she'll have to wait. That afternoon, Adebayo heads to Banana Island again, but not to clash with Chief Balogun this time. Adesawa, his forced bride-to-be, invited him to a fancy restaurant there. He steps in, hit by the smell of expensive perfume and soft jazz music. Adesawa's at a corner table, rocking a tight red dress, her glossy lips smiling proud when she spots him. "Adebayo, you don come," she says, her voice sweet but bossy. "Sit down. I don order food already." Adebayo sits, keeping his face cool. "Thanks, Adesawa. How you day today?" She shrugs, playing with a diamond ring on her finger. "I day okay, but I day bored small. Daddy say the wedding go soon happen, so I day pick dress. You like white or gold?" Adebayo sips water, hiding his irritation. "Any color day fine, Adesawa. Choose wedding you like." She frowns, eyeing him sharp. "You no too excited, oh? I think say you go happy to marry Chief Balogun's daughter. People day call me Big Catch, oh." Adebayo forces a small smile. "I know you special, but company walla plenty now. Plenty things to fix." Adesawa tilts her head, her eyes narrowing. "Like that Chukwudi matter? I hear daddy say he betray you. Too bad. But now you get my dad to help, you no need worry again." Her words put him on alert. How much does she know? Is she part of Chief Balogun's game? He decides to test her. "Yeah, Chief Balogun don help me well. But I day wonder why Golden Hall hit me that time. You hear anything?" Adesawa laughs, shrugging. "Golden Hall? Those small boys. Maybe not just luck. Daddy say you day think too much." Adebayo nods, but inside his doubts grow. She might be clueless, but the way she talks about her dad makes him think she's not totally clean. That night, Segan calls. "Bayo, I get update. Femi Adeyemi, Chief Balogun's guy, just sent 20 million naira to an account in Ghana after Chukwudi land jail. Looks like they want cover tracks. But I find email between Femi and Chukwudi. Femi tell him to scatter your Ghana deal." Adebayo grips the phone tight. "Nice one, Segan. Send me everything. I need this to face Chief Balogun." When he hangs up, his head spinning. Chief Balogun doesn't just want his company. He wants him as a puppet, tied down by money and marriage to Adesawa. But Adebayo won't let that happen. He pulls his own business card from his wallet, thinking of Ngozi. She's the only one he trusts now, not because she's powerful, but because she risked everything to warn him. He texts her, "Ngozi, I need to see you. Big matter. When you strong, let me know." As night swallows Lagos, Adebayo knows he's stepping into the deepest danger yet. Chief Balogun has made his move, and Adebayo has to strike back. Not just for himself, but for Ngozi and everyone caught in this mess. Rain pours down on Lagos like a gray curtain, blurring the high-rise buildings and turning streets into muddy rivers. Adebayo Ogunleye stands in his office at Ogunleye Logistics, watching the traffic jam below through the wet window. The rain drums on the glass, but his mind's too loud to notice. After Segan's call last night, he's got the proof. Emails between Femi Adeyemi, Chief Balogun's right-hand man, and Chukwudi, plus orders to ruin the Ghana deal. It's the ammo he needs against Chief Balogun, but it's not enough. The old man's too big, too smart to fall from just a few emails. His phone buzzes, a text from Ngozi. "Brothers Adebayo, I day better now. If you want see me, I fit come your side." Adebayo smiles small. Even though they just met, Ngozi's the only one he feels he can trust fully in this storm. He texts back, "Thanks, sis. I go come Yaba this afternoon. We need to talk." He leaves the office, driving through Lagos' flooded roads. Rain makes everything crazy, horns blaring, drivers shouting. But Adebayo's mind is on Ngozi, how she put herself on the line to warn him, and how she might help him fight this war. When he gets to Ngozi's small house in Yaba, the rain's eased up, leaving shiny puddles under weak sunlight. Ngozi's on the porch, her knee still bandaged, but no stick. Mama Ifeoma greets him with a big smile, ushering him inside with a plate of crispy chin-chin and 2 cold Fantas. "Thank you, Auntie," Adebayo says, sitting across from Ngozi on a wooden chair. "I no one disturb, but I really need to talk to your daughter." Mama Ifeoma nods and heads to the kitchen, leaving them alone. Ngozi looks at him, curious but worried. "Wouldn't day happen way serious like this, bros? Nah, Chief Balogun again." Adebayo nods, his voice low. "Yeso, I don't find proof say Naim day behind Chukwudi and Golden Hall. He no just want scatter my company. He want control me totally, through the business and this marriage with him daughter, Adesawa. Ngozi frowns, clutching her fonda tight. But if he help you save your company, why he go spoil him first? That's him plan, Adebayo explains. He push me into corner, then stretch hand to save me, so I go am. Now I day tied with 2 billion naira and promise to marry Adesawa. But I no go let him win. I need your help, Ngozi. Ngozi's eyes widen, pointing at herself. Me? I be just student no, brothers wet and I sabi about big business way I fit help you. Adebayo smiles, his eyes lighting up. You sharp, and you get something I no get, clean heart. Everybody from my company fit collect bribe or fear Chief Balogun. But you? No. I need somebody outside way fit find more clues, and I trust you fit do am. Ngozi goes quiet, thinking hard. She doesn't want more trouble. That kidnap scare still day shake her. But she can't turn her back on Adebayo, the man way save her life. What do you want me do? She asks. I need you to watch one man, Adebayo says. Femi Adeyemi, Chief Balogun's assistant. I feel say na day connect, and Chukwudi. If you fit find out where he day go, who he day meet, I go get more to use against Chief Balogun. Ngozi nods slowly. Okay, but you go promise to protect me and my mum if this thing turn risky. I promise, Adebayo says, stretching his hand. Ngozi shakes it, and in that moment, a quiet partnership locks between them. At the same time, in Banana Island, Adesawa Balogun lounges in her dad's mansion parlor, scrolling through wedding dress designs on her iPad. She's in a pricey silk blouse, her hair up high showing off diamond earrings that sparkle like stars. Chief Balogun walks in, palm wine in hand, his eyes sharp as always. Adesawa, you see Adebayo yesterday? He asks, settling into his big chair opposite her. Yes, Daddy, she says, not looking up. But he day act strange. Like he no two day feel the wedding. You sure he go gree? Chief Balogun smirks, sipping his drink. He no get choice, Pekin. Him company day breathe because of my money. If he try nonsense, I go pull everything and scatter him. Relax, go be fine bride. Adesawa nods, but she's not happy inside. She doesn't love Adebayo. To her, he's just part of her dad's plan, but she hates feeling ignored. If he no want me, wouldn't be the point of this wedding? She asks. Chief Balogun drops his glass, his voice cold. The point na power, Adesawa. When he marry you, Ogunleye Logistics go be our own. I no care wedding he want. I just need him to obey. Adesawa shrugs, back to her iPad. She doesn't fully get her dad's big dreams, but she knows he never loses. And if Adebayo fights back, she won't be shocked if her dad plays dirtier. That afternoon, Adebayo takes Ngozi to a small tea joint in Surulere, a low-key spot where nobody goes suspect them. He hands her a photo of Femi Adeyemi from Segan, plus the address of his office in Ikoyi. Femi day waka in and out of this place, Adebayo says, pointing at the picture. But I feel he day meet people after work too. If you fit tail him for a few days, snap pictures, or note anything funny, I go use and make Chief Balogun show him true color. Ngozi nods, tucking the photo in her bag. I go try, but I no get car, and my leg never too strong. Adebayo smiles, sliding her an envelope of cash. Take this for Okada or taxi. If you need more, call me. I don't want you stress yourself too much. Ngozi takes the envelope, feeling shy but knowing she can't say no. Thank you, brothers. I go start tomorrow. They leave the tea spot as night falls, and Adebayo drives Ngozi back to Yaba. On the way, they gist about lighter things. Her school, her dream to be an economist, his childhood hustling in Agege. For a moment, the storm feels far away, giving them space to breathe. The next morning, Ngozi starts her mission. She takes an Okada to Ikoyi, standing a safe distance from Femi's office, pretending to be a student waiting for a friend. She wears a cap and cheap sunglasses from the market to hide her face. When Femi steps out, a middle-aged man in a gray suit, carrying a leather bag, she follows quietly, keeping back. Femi hops into a black Mercedes, and Ngozi flags an Okada to trail him. They cross Third Mainland Bridge to a small restaurant in Victoria Island. Femi goes in, meeting a man in a white kaftan, not someone she knows. She snaps a few pics with her phone, zooming in to catch their faces, then texts Adebayo. Femi meet one man for Victoria Island. I send you the pics. Adebayo gets the message during a meeting in Lekki. He opens the photos, and his heart skips when he spots the man in the kaftan, Alhaji Musa, a big investor who's worked with Chief Balogun before. If Femi's meeting Alhaji Musa, then Chief Balogun's plan is bigger than he thought. Not just his company, maybe the whole transport game in West Africa. He texts back, "Well done, Ngozi. Go house now, no risk more. I go take it from here." That night, Adebayo calls Segan. "Segan, I get pics of Femi with Alhaji Musa. Check if Alhaji Day roll with Chief Balogun. I feel say he wants swallow the whole transport business for West Africa." Segan agrees, and Adebayo sits back in his office, staring at the rain outside. He knows he's in a fight with no mercy. Chief Balogun doesn't just want his company. He wants an empire. And with Ngozi's help, Adebayo has to break that plan before it's too late. Lagos shines bright at night with lights from skyscrapers and bars lining Victoria Island. But inside Adebayo Ogunleye, it's all darkness and tension. After getting Ngozi's pics of Femi Adeyemi meeting Alhaji Musa, he knows he can't wait anymore. Chief Balogun isn't just after Ogunleye Logistics. He's building a squad to rule the transport game in West Africa, and Adebayo's the last piece he needs to lock down. Tonight, Adebayo heads to Banana Island, not to beg, but to face Chief Balogun head-on and force him to show his hand. He drives across Third Mainland Bridge, the night breeze blowing through his window with the salty smell of Lagos Lagoon. His plan's set. He'll use the proof about Femi and Chukwudi to shake Chief Balogun, then buy time for Segan to dig more on Alhaji Musa. But he knows it's a risky move. If Chief Balogun gets mad, everything could crash fast. When he pulls up to Chief Balogun's mansion, the fancy crystal lights in the parlor glow outside, showing off the place's big money vibes. A houseboy lets him in, and there's Chief Balogun, lounging in his armchair, rocking a white kaftan with gold threads, sipping palm wine like always. He smiles like a friend, but his eyes cut like a blade. "Adebayo, you day visit me again?" Chief Balogun says, his voice low and sly. "Good timing, oh. I just talked with Adesawa about the wedding. She want do him big, invite all the Lagos big boys." Adebayo sits across from him, keeping his face cool. "I thank you and Adesawa for the effort. But I no come talk wedding today. I want talk about the real Chief Balogun, the one-way day run Golden Hall." The room goes heavy, like the air before thunder. Chief Balogun squints, setting his drink down, but that smile doesn't drop. "Golden Hall, you still day worry about that one? I don't tell you, not small boys. You day think too much." Adebayo leans forward, his eyes hard. "I no believe so, Chief. I get proof say Femi Adeyemi, your man, pay Chukwudi 50 million naira to scatter my Ghana deal. And yesterday, Femi meet Alhaji Musa, your old partner from that Port Harcourt oil project. This no be coincidence. What do you want from me?" Chief Balogun stays quiet for a second, then laughs, a dry, loud laugh that echoes in the big room. "You sharp pass wedding, I think, Adebayo. I like that. Okay, I go talk straight. I want Ogunleye Logistics, and I want you as my boy. Transport business for West Africa Day grow, and I need sharp guy like you, young, smart, but obedient. Marry Adesawa, hand me your company to control, and you go get life way others day dream of." Adebayo's fists tighten under the table, his nails digging in. "And if I say no?" Chief Balogun shrugs, his voice ice cold. "You go lose everything. I give you 2 billion naira, and I fit collect him back anytime. Your company go fold, and nobody for this Lagos go help you. Think well, Adebayo. This no be threat, not chance." Adebayo stands, locking eyes with him. "I no go sell my soul give you, Chief. I get evidence, and if I need, I go let everybody know." Chief Balogun smirks, standing to face him. "Let people know? You think anybody go believe you, small boy from Agege? Over me, way build empire? Try am. But remember, for this Lagos, I be the law." Adebayo doesn't answer, just nods and walks out. As he steps to his car, his heart's pounding. He just dared a beast, but there's no turning back now. The next morning, Adebayo's in the office early, calling Tolu and Funk for a secret meeting. He drops the stack of evidence on the table, Femi and Chukwudi's emails, Ngozi's pics of Femi with Alhaji Musa. "This not when we get on Chief Balogun," he says. "He wants swallow our company. I need Una to set up backup. Move some company money to a secret account. So if you pull him cash, we no go crash." Tolu nods, but his voice shakes. "Oga, if Chief Balogun hear this, he no go forgive us oh. He no go no, Adebayo says firm. We do him quiet. Funk, you reach out to our big clients. Make sure they stick with us, not Balogun Enterprises. Funk nods, and the meeting ends with tension but determination. Adebayo knows he's playing with fire, but he can't let Chief Balogun win. That afternoon, Adesawa calls. Adebayo, where you day? Daddy wants see you tonight for Ocean Breeze. You fit come. Adebayo sighs. He doesn't want to face Chief Balogun so soon, but he can't dodge Adesawa without raising flags. No problem, I go come. That evening, he walks into Ocean Breeze, a posh spot by Victoria Island seaside, where the smell of suya fish mixes with crashing waves. Adesawa and Chief Balogun are already there, with some sharp-dressed strangers, probably his partners. Adesawa jumps up to hug him, smiling big but her eyes calculating. You don land. Sit down. I don order your favorite, pounded yam and egusi, she says, pulling him to sit beside her. Chief Balogun watches him, a faint smile on his lips. Adebayo, I want to introduce you to some friends. This Nile Haji Musa and Oga Adewale. Dem go help us expand after the wedding. Adebayo nods hello, but his blood runs cold seeing Alhaji Musa, the guy from Ngozi's pics. He keeps his face straight, but his hand clenches under the table. Chief Balogun's flexing his power, showing how far ahead he is. Dinner drags on, all fake smiles and small talk. Adesawa gists about wedding plans, Chief Balogun brags about big projects, and Adebayo just nods and laughs when he has to. But when Alhaji Musa steps away to take a call, Adebayo excuses himself for the toilet, tailing him. From a corner, he hears Alhaji Musa on the phone, voice low but clear. Yes, Chief Day right. Once Adebayo marry Adesawa, him company go be our own. Ready the trucks for Ghana. We go take over West Africa market. Adebayo slips back to the table, his heart racing. Alhaji Musa's words confirm it. Chief Balogun wants to use him as a stepping stone to rule the region. On the drive home, Adebayo calls Ngozi. Ngozi, I just see Alhaji Musa. You day right. He day work with Chief Balogun. They want use me take over transport for West Africa. Ngozi gasps over the phone. So what didn't you go do? I go beat them, Adebayo says. But I need you to keep eye on Femi. If you fit get more proof, I go use him scatter Chief Balogun before the wedding. Okay, Ngozi says. But you watch yourself, oh? They don't suspect you day wise up. When he hangs up, Adebayo cruises over Third Mainland, city lights bouncing off the dark water. The wedding's just 2 weeks away, and the pressure's heavy. But he can't give up. Not for himself, not for Ngozi, not for everyone counting on him. Sunrise paints Lagos gold, lighting up Yaba's rusty roofs and Lekki's shiny towers. But for Adebayo Ogunleye, the new day brings no hope. It just reminds him time's running out. The wedding with Adesawa is 10 days away, and every second feels like Chief Balogun's invisible rope pulling tighter around his neck. After last night at Ocean Breeze, he knows the old man's serious. He's teamed up with Alhaji Musa to swallow West Africa's transport business, starting with Ogunleye Logistics. Adebayo sits in his office, phone in hand, scrolling contacts. He needs a way out, not just from the wedding, but from Chief Balogun's grip. He's told Tolu and Funk to hide some company money, but that's just a short fix. If Chief Balogun yanks his 2 billion naira, everything crashes before Adebayo can fight back. He needs a strong ally, someone big enough to stand up to Chief Balogun in Lagos. He dials Biodun Adekunle, an older businessman from Ibadan who worked with his dad in transport before retiring. Biodun's not as powerful as Chief Balogun, but he's got respect and deep connections in Oyo and Osun, enough to cause trouble for Balogun Enterprises if push comes to shove. Adebayo, long time Biodun's warm voice crackles through, curious. Wedding day make you call this early? I need your help, uncle. Adebayo cut straight. Chief Balogun day, force me marry him daughter, and take my company. I get proof he day behind Golden Hall to spoil me, but I no fit fight am alone. Biodun goes quiet, then sighs. Chief Balogun? That old fox. I know him from my Ibadan days. What didn't you get? Adebayo spills it all. Femi and Chukwudi's emails. Femi meeting Alhaji Musa. Chief Balogun's threats. I need you to back me up if I take this public. And if you fit, use your links to hold my big clients, so they know run. Biodun chuckles. You be your Papa Pekin true. Bold, but no day rush. Okay, I go help. But watch your step. Chief Balogun no like challenge, and he go hit back. Thank you, uncle, Adebayo says, a flicker of relief hitting him. Bayodun's not the full answer, but he's a start. Meanwhile, in Yaba, Ngozi Okonkwo wakes early, slipping into a simple gown and cap-to-tail Femi Adeyemi again. Her leg still pains her, but she can't sit idle while Adebayo fights alone. She'd texted Chioma, her UNILAG classmate working part-time in Ikoyi, and learned Femi hits a small bar there on Fridays. Today's Friday, so Ngozi decides to try her luck. She hops an Okada to Ikoyi, standing a bit off from the bar, pretending to scroll her phone so nobody notices. When Femi walks in, she follows, keeping her distance. The bar's loud, Golder smells and Afrobeats banging. Ngozi grabs a corner seat, orders a bottle of water to blend in, and watches Femi. He meets a guy, not Alhaji Musa, but a tall man in a black suit, looking more like a bouncer than a businessman. They talk low, and Ngozi strains to hear over the noise. She catches bits. Chief say, pull the money. Adebayo no get choice. She snaps quick pics and texts Adebayo. Femi meet one stranger for a Ikoyi bar. They talk about pulling money. Pic stay with you. Adebayo gets the text while driving back to Lekki. He pulls over, reads it, and feels a chill. If Chief Balogun pulls his cash now, all his moves are dead. He texts back, good job, Ngozi. Go house sharp, no risk more. I go handle him. That afternoon, Adesawa calls. Adebayo, where you day? Daddy wants see you tonight for house. You fit come. Adebayo sighs, knowing he can't dodge. No walla, I go show. When he reaches Banana Island, the mansion feels heavier than usual. Chief Balogun's in the parlor with Adesawa and a stranger in a suit, the guy from Ngozi's bar picks. Adebayo's stomach tightens. Adebayo, sit. Chief Balogun says, his voice cold. Meet Kayode, my lawyer. I don't look the 2 billion naira way I put for Ogunleye Logistics. If you no commit to the wedding and work with me, I go pull him next week. Adebayo stares him down, staying calm even as anger boils inside. Chief, you no need threaten me. I don't talk am. I no day sell my company give anybody. Adesawa frowns, cutting in. Adebayo, what'n you day do? Daddy just want help you. You know see say you lucky to marry me. Adebayo turns to her, voice low but sharp. Adesawa, this no be personal. I no want anybody tie me down, even your papa. Chief Balogun stands, his eyes dark. You day make big mistake, Adebayo. I give you till wedding day to change your mind. If not, Ogunleye Logistics go finish. Adebayo rises, nods, and leaves without a word. Outside, he knows Chief Balogun's striking hard. Pulling the money is a direct hit to force him to kneel. He calls Tolu. Tolu, speed up the money transfer. Chief Balogun want pull him cash. We gats be ready. That night, in Yaba, Ngozi sits in her room, staring at the bar pics. She doesn't know the suit guy, but she's uneasy. Her phone buzzes, Adebayo's text. Ngozi, Chief Balogun threatened to pull money. I need you find more on Kayode, the guy for your pics. I feel he be the key to scatter him. Ngozi nods to herself, more determined. She calls Chioma, asking her to ask around Ikoyi about Kayode. Chioma texts back after 30 minutes. Kayode not Chief Balogun's lawyer, they handle company buyouts. Be careful, he dangerous. Ngozi texts Adebayo. Kayode not Chief Balogun lawyer, expert for company takeover. I fit watch him more if you need. Adebayo gets it crossing third mainland. Kayode's the missing link. If he's prepping to yank the cash or grab Ogunleye Logistics, Adebayo has to stop him fast. He texts back. Thanks, Ngozi. No push too far. I go find another way. That night, Adebayo meets Bayodun Adekunle at a quiet tea spot in Agege. Bayodun rolls up alone in a dark green agbada, his eyes deep with thought. Adebayo, you call me sharp like this, not big matter? Adebayo drops the evidence stack on the table. Chief Balogun say he go pull him money if I no marry Adesawa. I need you talk to press. Expose say he day use Golden Hall twist transport business. If people back me, he no fit move. Bayodun flips through the files, nodding slow. Okay, I go do him. But ready yourself. Chief Balogun no go take him easy. Thank you, uncle, Adebayo says. I day prepared. As Bayodun leaves, Adebayo sits back, staring at the dark outside. He's at the make or break point. Either he takes Chief Balogun down, or he loses it all. But he's not alone. Ngozi, Bayodun, and his team got his back. Meanwhile, In Banana Island, Chief Balogun's in his study, phone in hand. KO'd. Ready papers to pull money from Ogunleye Logistics. If Adebayo no agree, we go crush him before the wedding. KO'd nods on the screen. Clear, Chief. But if he talk to press in KO? Chief Balogun laughs cold. He no get chance. I go teach him lesson way all Lagos go remember. Lagos wakes up to its usual noise. Okada bikes revving, hawkers shouting, and radios blasting morning news from roadside houses. But today, the city's buzzing with extra tension. Adebayo Ogunleye sits in his office at Ogunleye Logistics, eyes glued to the TV on the wall. Channel's TV is dropping hot gist. Businessman Adebayo Ogunleye accuses Chief Balogun of rigging West Africa's transport game through a fake company, Golden Hall. Balogun Adekunle kept his word. Last night, he linked up with a top Lagos journalist, handing over all Adebayo's evidence. Femi and Chukwudi's emails, Ngozi's pics of Femi with Alhaji Musa, and bank records tied to Golden Hall. This morning, the story explodes across newspapers and social media. Hashtag Justice for Ogunleye is trending on Niger Twitter, with thousands asking if Chief Balogun, one of Lagos' biggest ogas, is as clean as he claims. Adebayo switches off the TV, breathing out hard. He knows he just lit a fire that won't stop burning. Chief Balogun won't sit quiet while his name gets dragged, and Adebayo has to brace for the counterattack. He calls Tolu and Funk. The news don't drop. Chief Balogun goes soon, pull him money. When assure our cash day safe. Tolu nods through the phone. We don't fix am, Oga. 60% of company money day's secret account for a bot on. Even if he take him 2 billion naira, we fit hold for 3 months. Good, Adebayo says. Funk, how the big client's day? They day shake small, Funk replies. But after this morning news, some like Dango don't call back, say they go think about staying. People day support you now. Adebayo nods, feeling a mix of relief and worry. He's thrown the first punch, but the fight's just starting. In Yaba, Ngozi Okonkwo sits in their small parlor, watching the news on their old TV. She smiles when Adebayo's name pops up, but it fades fast when she thinks of Chief Balogun. If he finds out she snapped those pics of Femi and Alhaji Musa, she's in trouble. She texts Adebayo, brothers, I don't see the news. You day okay? I day fear say Chief Balogun go vex come back. Adebayo replies quick. I day fine, Ngozi. Thanks for everything. Watch yourself no wako alone. I go send person to guard you. Ngozi nods to herself, but she's not one to sit still. She calls Chioma, her UNILAG friend in Ikoyi, to keep tabs on Femi Adeyemi. Chioma, check if that guy day move funny. If Chief Balogun want fight back, Femi go day front. Chioma agrees, and Ngozi sits back, gripping her phone tight. She knows she's in deep, but she can't abandon Adebayo, not after all he's done. At Banana Island, Chief Balogun's in his study, face dark as he watches the TV. He slams his palm wine glass to the floor, shattering it. KO'd, his lawyer, and Femi Adeyemi stand in front, heads down like scared kids. Adebayo get mind play me like this? Chief Balogun roars, his voice booming. He thinks some cheap papers fit bring me down? Femi, what didn't you get? Femi trembles, wiping sweat. Chief, we no expect say he get proof. I no know where that pic of me and Alhaji Musa come from. Maybe Chukwudi. Chukwudi day sell. Chief Balogun cuts him off. Somebody day spy on you, and I want know who. KO'd, pull my money from Ogunleye Logistics today. I want that company dead before the wedding. KO'd nods. Yes, Chief. I go ready the papers. But if press keep digging in KO, Chief Balogun smirks cold. I go give them something else to talk. Adebayo no be the only one-way sabi press game. And if he's stubborn, I go hit where he feel am. Find out who he day close to outside company. I want break him weak spot. Femi nods and bolts to obey. Chief Balogun sits back, eyes black with rage. He's built his empire over decades, and no Agege boy go ruin am. That afternoon, Tolu calls Adebayo. Balogun Enterprises has yanked the 2 billion naira from Ogunleye Logistics. The news spreads fast, and their stock price dives. But with the backup plan, Adebayo stays cool. He calls Balogun. Uncle Balogun, Chief Balogun don't pull him money. I need you talk again. Beg other businessmen to back me. Balogun agrees. I go call my people for a Abadan and Osogbo. You fit manage. I go try, Adebayo says. Thank you, uncle. As he hangs up, Segan texts. Bayo, bad news. Femi just meet one guy for Mushin Jide, big gang Oga. I feel say Chief Balogun hire boys to deal with you. You and Ngozi watch out. Adebayo's blood runs cold. If Chief Balogun targets Ngozi, he'll never forgive himself. He calls her. Ngozi, where you day? I day house, she says, hearing his panic. What'n happen? Chief Balogun fit come for you, Adebayo says. I day come Yaba now. No comment. Adebayo speeds to Yaba through pouring rain, water slapping his windshield. He floors the gas over flooded roads, heart pounding. At Ngozi's place, the front door's cracked open. Strange, since Mama Ifeoma always locks up tight. He jumps out, runs in, shouting, Ngozi, Auntie Ifeoma. Mama Ifeoma rushes from the kitchen, face white. Adebayo. Some boys just carrying Ngozi. They break door, I know fit stop them. Adebayo's fists clench, anger rushing to his head. Which way they go, Auntie? Toward Yaba Market, she cries, tears falling. Adebayo dashes to his car, calling Segan. Segan, Ngozi Don Day kidnapped for Yaba. Call your boys come market now. I feel not Chief Balogun people. He drives like mad through the rain, hitting the crowded Yaba Market. Hundreds of stalls and people everywhere. He parks, jumps out, and weaves through the crowd, eyes scanning. Then he spots her, two big guys dragging Ngozi into an alley, her mouth gagged. One's Jide, the Mushin gang boss Segan warned about, scars all over his face, eyes mean. Adebayo charges, yelling, leave her. He lands a heavy punch on the second guy, dropping him. Jide spins, pulling a knife, but Adebayo ducks the stab, kicking his hand so the blade flies off. He yanks Ngozi behind him, facing Jide in the pouring rain. You be Adebayo, ABI? Jide smirks, grabbing the knife again. Chief Balogun say if you no gree, I go make you regret. He day wrong. Adebayo growls, tackling Jide into the mud. They wrestle, but Adebayo's faster, pounding Jide's face till he's out cold. The other guy runs off as police sirens wail. Segan's team is here. Adebayo lifts Ngozi. She's shaking but forces a smile. Brothers, you save me again. I no go let you enter danger, he says, holding her close as rain falls. I promise. When the police cuff Jide, Segan walks up. Bayo, Jide talk say Chief Balogun hire and to grab Ngozi and scare you. This him confession fit land him for court. Adebayo nods, eyes hard. Good. Push him to press. We go end this. As he takes Ngozi home, he knows Chief Balogun won't stop. But now he's got more ammo and a burning drive to protect not just his company, but the people he cares about. The rain's gone, leaving Lagos fresh for once, with sunlight cutting through thick clouds to brighten muddy streets and shiny towers. Adebayo Ogunleye stands in his office at Ogunleye Logistics, sipping bitter tea, looking out at a city bouncing back from the storm. But inside, the final fight's not over. Jide's confession, the gang boss caught after snatching Ngozi, is the last weapon he needs to finish Chief Balogun. Today, he's dropping the hammer. His phone buzzes. Segan. Bayo, I don't send Jide's talk to channels TV and punch. Dem go drop him in 1 hour. You ready? Adebayo nods, though Segan can't see. I day ready. Thanks, Segan. I owe you big time. Nah ashadi det way I day pay, Segan laughs. Good luck, bro. Adebayo hangs up, turning to Tolu and Funk in the room. News go soon land. Chief Balogun go lash out when he day exposed. Una hold the company tight-o. If clients shake, call Uncle Biodun. Tolu nods. We go manage, Oga. You focus on Chief Balogun. Funk smiles. You go do am. All Lagos stay your back. Adebayo thanks them and heads out. He knows he's going to Banana Island one last time. Not to talk, but to watch Chief Balogun fall. In Yaba, Ngozi Okonkwo sits in their small parlor, legs still bandaged but feeling stronger. Mama Ifeoma brings a plate of hot akara, setting it down. Eat, my Pekin, no worry too much. Adebayo go handle everything. Ngozi smiles, but her eyes stay anxious. I know he's strong, mummy, but Chief Balogun no be small fish. I day fear he go do worse. Mama Ifeoma pats her shoulder. God day with us, Ngozi. And Adebayo no day fight alone, you don't help him plenty. Ngozi nods, biting into the akara. She thinks of Adebayo, the man who saved her twice, who trusted her when she was just a broke student. She texts him, Brothers, I hear say news day come. I day pray you win. I day with you. Adebayo gets it crossing third mainland, smiling as he texts back. Thanks, Ngozi. Now you help me reach this day. Stay safe, oh. At Banana Island, Chief Balogun's in his study, face like thunder as his phone rings nonstop. Femi Adeyemi stands there, sweating buckets. Chief, news dawn burst. They get Jide's talk say you hire and kidnap that Yaba girl to threaten Adebayo. Press day mad. Chief Balogun slams the table, his palm wine glass crashing. Jide talk? That mumu sell me out. No be only that, Femi stammers. They bring back Golden Hall and Alhaji Musa matter. Balogun Enterprises stock day crash. You need do something fast. Chief Balogun stands, fury blazing. Call Coyote. I go deny everything. Set press talk now. I no go let that Adebayo boy win. But before Femi can move, the door flies open. Adebayo strides in, a body dark green and sharp, eyes like steel. Chief Balogun freezes, then smirks. Adebayo, you come just in time. You day enjoy this your big play, ABI? Adebayo stands tall, voice steady and loud. No, Chief. This no be play. This not justice. You hire Jide to kidnap Ngozi and scare me. You use Golden Hall spoil my company. Everything don open. You don lose. Chief Balogun laughs, but his eyes show panic. Justice? For this Lagos, I be justice. You think some papers fit drop me? I go bury you before the wedding. Adebayo steps closer, unflinching. You no get chance again. Police day come with arrest warrant from Jide's talk. Pressed on hold Femi and Alhaji Musa proof. People day my side. You know fit run. Chief Balogun's fists shake, but before he can talk, police sirens wail outside. Femi bolts for the door, only to get blocked by Segan's team. Chief Balogun spins to Adebayo, voice cracking with rage. You go regret this, Adebayo. I go come back, and nobody go save you. Adebayo shakes his head. No, Chief. This not your last threat. Police storm in, cuffing Chief Balogun and Femi. Adesawa rushes out from inside, face pale. Adebayo, what didn't you day do? This not my daddy. He looks at her, soft but firm. I sorry, Adesawa. But your papa go too far. No wedding go happen. Adesawa screams, tears streaming, but Adebayo walks out as Chief Balogun's hauled to the police van, his eyes still spitting fire. That afternoon, Lagos buzzes with the news. Chief Ogunleye Balogun arrested for business rigging and gang kidnapping. Balogun Enterprises stock tanks, while Ogunleye Logistics picks up with public support and big clients returning. Biodun Adekunle hits TV, calling other businessmen to back Adebayo, locking his spot in the transport game. Adebayo's back in the office, sitting with a mix of relief and tiredness. Tolu and Funk clap for him, but he just smiles small. He's won, but it cost him a 20-year friendship with Chukwudi and left scars he can't erase. He calls Ngozi. Ngozi, he don finish. Chief Balogun day lock up. You good? Ngozi sighs in relief. I day okay, brothers. Just see him for news. You do am. I proud of you well. Thanks, sis, Adebayo says, voice warm. Without you, I no fit make am. I want see you talk face to face. No walla. Ngozi laughs light. I day wake you for house. That evening, Adebayo drives to Yaba with a pack of suya and 2 fantas, a small thank you for Ngozi and Mama Ifeoma. When he arrives, Mama Ifeoma hugs him tight, tears falling. Thank you, Adebayo. You know just save my Pekin, you give us hope. Adebayo smiles, patting her. Nami suppose thank you Ngozi Ani. Mama Ifeoma leaves them on the porch under a dim yellow light. Ngozi's in a simple gown, hair tied back, eyes shining as she looks at him. Brothers, what didn't you go do now way all this dawn end? Adebayo sips his Fanta, staring at Yaba's muddy road. I go rebuild Ogunleye Logistics, make him stronger. But I want help people like you too. People way deserve chance. I day start scholarship for poor students for UNILAG, and I want you be the first. Ngozi's jaw drops, eyes wide. You serious? Me? I know when to talk. Serious, Adebayo laughs. You help me pass this storm. Not my way to say thank you. Ngozi bows her head, tears rolling. Thank you, Adebayo. I no go let you down. They sit there, gisting about the future. Ngozi's dream to be an economist, Adebayo's plans to hit Ghana and Togo with his company. Under the soft light, with suya smells and laughter, their friendship grows deeper, and maybe something more starts to spark. A week later, Adebayo stands on his office rooftop, looking down at Lagos glowing with lights. Chief Balogun's awaiting trial. Odessa was left for Ibadan with her mom, and West Africa's transport world opens new doors for him. He's not that Agege newspaper boy anymore. He's a survivor, a winner. His phone pings, Ngozi's text. Brothers, I just registered new semester for UNILAG with your scholarship. Thanks for everything. Adebayo smiles, texting back. Congrats, Ngozi. This not just the beginning. As he gazes at the city, the night breeze brings salt and hope. Lagos still day mad, still day tough, but now it's home, where he and Ngozi go write the next chapter together.